Welcome to ESPN's coverage of the Little League World Series. Great Lakes Regional Championship game presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. We're back in the outskirts of Indianapolis, Indiana, where tonight one of these teams will get a trip to the Little League World Series next week. We've got the state champs from Michigan, Grosse Pointe Wood Shores Little League, and Hinsdale Little League from Illinois. The kids are between 10 and 13 years old. The game is 6 innings long. The diamond is 2/3 the size of a big league diamond, and everybody's going to get in the game. Here's our road to Williamsport presented by Subway. Michigan knocked out Ohio last night. Meanwhile, Hinsdale, Illinois, they haven't played since Wednesday after winning a couple of games. Hi again, everybody. Welcome back to the ballpark. It's been a great week. I'm Clay Matvick. We're ready to crown a champ in the Great Lakes region. The Little League World Series starts on Thursday of next week in Williamsport, and one of these teams will be there. Before we get the game started, let's go across the way to my partner, Chris Burke, who's with a couple of the players.
Thanks, Clay. I'm with a couple of the young stars from today's game. I got Andres Welter from the Illinois club, and I got Matthew Green from the Michigan team. Now, Matthew, you guys been sitting around all day. What have you done to pass the time looking forward to this ball game this afternoon?
We kept it pretty low-key. We conserved our energy, and we watched a little bit of the Midwest Regional Final.
That's good. You conserve that energy. You're going to need it to be my man Andres over here. You get the ball today for Illinois, trying to lead Hinsdale to the first ever Little League. What would it mean to you and your team to be the first club to represent Hinsdale in Williamsport?
It means a lot. I mean, there's a lot of fans back home looking forward to this, and it'd be great to make history.
Okay, well, speaking of history, we're playing to go to Williamsport. Let's remember this moment. Gather in here. Let's get a little selfie. There it is. All right, Clay, back to you.
All right, guys, great job. Grosse Pointe and Hinsdale. Michigan versus Illinois for the right to go to Williamsport. First pitch coming up.
For the Great Lakes Regional Championship, Michigan and Illinois. Back to Indy with Clay Matvick and Chris Burke.
All right, John, thank you very much. ESPN's coverage of the Little League World Series Great Lakes Regional Championship continues now, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. A delay, the start of this one, but we're ready to go now. Michigan and Illinois. Here's our road to Williamsport presented by Subway. You can see Grosse Pointe, Michigan. 11-3 winners over Hamilton, Ohio to get to this point. Hinsdale, Illinois hasn't played in a couple of days. Chris, they've been waiting around. They're itching to get on the field.
Absolutely.
Ready to play this championship game for the right to go to Williamsport. Little League World Series starts next Thursday. Andres Welter is the pitcher for Hinsdale, Illinois.
And one of their best arms. He is their guy. 6 punch-outs, no walks in his only outing here in this regional. You'll see 4 different pitches, fastball, 2 different kinds of breaking balls, and a changeup. Not overpowering with the heater, but a very polished pitcher and the guy they trust the most to get them to Williamsport.
Yeah, he won the state title game in Illinois with a perfect game. Had 14 strikeouts, didn't allow anything to get out of the infield. That's what kind of a role he could get on, but he's got a great lineup to face here in Michigan, led off by Drew Hill. And we're ready to go. And the first pitch is in there for a strike. This is a very, very offensive Michigan team. 21 runs in the last 2 games. And the 0-1 pitch. Sliced into the outfield for a base hit. Drew Hill is aboard, and here comes Michigan again.
This team can hit. They can really, really hit. And with Green and Randazzo and Wisniewski behind them, when Drew Hill gets it started with a knock, they got a chance to have a big inning right out of the gate.
4th hit of the regional for Drew. 3-1. They lost right away to Ohio 10-2, but they have won 3 straight. As Green got a piece of it, strike 1. They beat Indiana 4-3. New Albany Little League was a very talented team, knocked them out. Lexington, Kentucky got 10 run by Michigan. And again, they beat Ohio yesterday 11-3.
There's our first look at the big breaking ball from Welter. Beautiful 12-6 curveball to get Green swinging and missing.
The 0-2. Catcher set up way high. 1-2 the count. Matthew Green 3 for 10, 4 runs batted in. He was the winning pitcher yesterday against Ohio in the semis. Swung on a miss. That's a strikeout. They're going to go down to second. That throw not in time. Was that a smart decision by the catcher, Charlie Bergenpris?
Well, the hitter's out because the base was previously occupied. So that was his. That was his only play. Umpiring crew got that one right. Hans Lodge at first base all over that one, and nice job by Drew Hill there to advance a base. But boy, that breaking ball, some kind of pitch for Welter.
So 1 out for Joey Randazzo. Randazzo is the shortstop. 6 for 11, 2 homers and 4 runs batted in. Line drive, base hit. Around third. Here comes Hill. Cut off. Play at second. They got Randazzo, but the run scores, and Michigan leads it 1-0.
Joey Randazzo continues to be red hot. One of the most talented players in this entire regional with a rocket to left field. Love his gather and a really short stroke as he gets the barrel out in front. But very impressed with this Illinois team. There's a reason they are here. Such a fundamental group. The ability to hit the cutoff man and the shortstop to redirect the ball to second base to get the second out of the inning. Nice relay there from Williams to Osterbahn.
Joey Wisniewski is up. Line drive, another base hit. Third hit of the inning for Michigan. And that's his 6th hit of the Great Lakes Regional.
All singles and just 1 run at this point. So if you're Welter, you're probably a little flustered with the way they've been attacking the fastball. But you get an out right here and you walk off the field with just 1 run. Not the end of the world, but Michigan doing what we expect, which is coming out really aggressive with the bats.
And now Jack Jones. Jack Jones, 6 feet tall, 145 pounds, the older of the Jones twins. His brother Ryan is doing the catching for Michigan in this game.
And Jack can leave the yard.
Yep, we saw that yesterday. 7 for 12, a homer and 5 ribbies in this regional. One and two. He went 3 for 4 last night against Ohio, and it was that leadoff home run in the second that really jump-started that offense.
It was all Michigan from there.
Popped up, foul ground. That's going to drift out of play. Let's go back to yesterday and Jack Jones in the second inning.
And we know Welter wants to throw the breaking ball, but we saw Jones launch one yesterday. A rocket over the second fence in center field on a hanging breaking ball. And I know Welter's going to keep going back to the well because of how much he trusts his breaking ball, but if he makes a mistake, Jones can certainly make him pay.
Man on, 2 outs, the 1-2 pitch. Ground ball off the glove of Welter. Everyone's safe. That's an infield hit and the 4th hit for Grosse Pointe here in the first.
Certainly not the hardest hit of Jones's career as he's out in front of his breaking ball and hits a cue ball right back at Welter.
You know, but when you're swinging it well, things tend to go your way, and they are for Jones. Adam Arolt's up there for Michigan, the son of the assistant coach Andy. Adam 4 for 9 with a run batted in. This offense knocked in 72 runs in the Michigan State tournament, and they have just stayed hot here in suburban Indianapolis. Like Welter slipped coming out the mound.
We've seen that a few times this week. I think some of the young men's cleats are not quite digging into the surface there of the mound.
2-1. Wisniewski Looked like he was ready to go to third, but he holds up. Great crowd in attendance here tonight on a beautiful night for baseball to decide the Great Lakes. Swing and a miss. And the catcher is flustered. Bergen, nowhere to throw. First base wasn't ready for it. Joe Boggs wasn't on the bag. And the bases are loaded.
Boggs was thinking the inning was over because first base was occupied, but on the third out, he's got to throw that ball, and Boggs was on his way off the field. And Bergen didn't realize he had to play at third. Michigan continues to put the pressure on.
Arsenault gets a chance here in the first inning, takes a big hack with the bases loaded, strike one. Welter shaking his head a little bit, frustrated that not out of this inning yet. And now he's going to step off the rubber.
Starting to show some body language. He's frustrated. Calling the coaching staff out right here.
Yep.
I don't know if he's frustrated about the mound.
And now Charlie Bergen is going to run out there. And what do you make of this, Chris?
He's losing his cool. I don't know if he doesn't like the pitch selection or what the case is, but the coaching staff chooses to not go visit the mound. They're going to let the kids figure it out on their own.
Jordan Arsenault, 3 hits in the regional with 4 runs batted in. And a piece of it, so it's 1 and 2.
That was a really interesting moment right there, where the pitcher is asking the staff to come out to the mound.
And they don't.
And the coaches say, no, you guys handle it. In a moment like this with the bases loaded and Williamsport on the line, that's a lot of poise from the skipper right there.
Well, Andres' dad is Anthony, the manager. And he knows his son better than anybody, and he said, you know what, you just figured it out on your own, young man.
I like it.
Called strike 3 on the inside corner, and indeed, Andres Welter and Hinsdale gets out of the inning. But there is some frustration on that side.
Got a long game here, boys. Pick it up. Pick it up. Think at first. Don't. Let's go. We're at Hinsdale on 3. 1, 2, 3, Hinsdale. Come on, get your head up. Don't talk to Lucas.
Welter needed 25 pitches to get out of the inning. He does, but Michigan gets on the board.
So he says talk to Lucas, which Lucas Smith is the injured catcher who calls the pitches for Hinsdale. And obviously the issue is in the pitch calling. And his father just told him to talk to Lucas because they actually allow another player to call the pitches. And so they are really letting the boys handle it right here. It's pretty cool to see.
Hinsdale is a great story. Let's meet the champions from Illinois.
Hi, I'm Anthony Welter, manager of the Hinsdale, Illinois team. This is a great group, and I'd like you to meet my coaches and team.
Hi, I'm Jeff Kolke. I'm the first base coach. I want to tell you something about our team. These boys are the most incredible competitors you've ever met, and I love coaching them.
Hi, I'm Richard Eck, the bench coach, and I've been managing the boys since 8 years old, and I knew they had a lot of potential.
Hi, my name is Evan Phillips, and when I'm not playing baseball, I like to water ski because it's fast and fun. My name is Andres Welter, and outside of baseball, I like fishing for walleye.
Brah, brah, ki. Hi, my name is Emerson Eck, and outside of baseball, I like jumping off the diving board because I can really send it.
Hi, I'm Reese Kolke, and outside of baseball, I like to snow ski because I like the feel of the bumps.
Hi, my name is Jacoby Lang, and I like to listen to music because it soothes my mind.
Hi, I'm Ben Oshaban, and I really like Saturdays because they're for the boys.
Hi, my name is Max Williams, and when I'm not playing baseball, I like to spend time with the ladies.
Hi, my name is Grant Davis, and when I'm not playing baseball, I like to go tubing because you can watch your friends get wrecked.
Hi, my name is Joe Boggs, and I like riding my bike because it's relaxing.
Hi, my name is Max Merlot, and I like going to the beach because it's warm.
Hi, my name is Charles Bergen, and when I wake up in the morning, I love watching Barstool Sports because it inspires me.
Hi, my name is Lucas Smith, and I like to eat anchovies because they're tasty and they're good for you.
There's Hinsdale, Illinois. And they've only got 11 players. Chris, one of their best players, the catcher Lucas Smith, broke his leg on a trampoline, so he is done for the summer. And like you said, he still plays a very important part on this team.
Yeah, he's the one that calls the pitches, and apparently that's where Andres was frustrated, was with the pitch calling. And I guess maybe that's why the staff didn't send anybody out there, because the staff doesn't handle the pitch calling. It's a pretty fascinating scenario here with this Hinsdale club.
Drew Hill buries a strike to fill out the count at 3-2. Joe Boggs draws a walk there. That sure looked like strike 3, but Phil King gives him first base. Pretty close. There's Drew Hill.
Lefty fastball, curveball. You get a good look at the breaking ball right there. Sharp 12-6 curveball. Call doesn't go his way, and Hinsdale off and running with the leadoff walk.
Evan Phillips spins away from that pitch. Evan Phillips, the second baseman, 2 for 6 with a run batted in. You can see his height and weight, not very big, but pound for pound, they say he's the strongest on the team. There's a swing and a miss, 1-1.
Packs a little pop in that frame.
You don't have to be big to play this game. That's nice. And like some of the other sports, especially football.
There's some really good little guys in the game right now. Jose Altuve probably carrying the banner as high as anyone. Mookie Betts, Dustin Pedroia, of course. There's a number of really talented players under 6 foot tall in the game today.
Got a piece of it, 3-2. They say about Phillips, too, he's got a high baseball IQ, Chris. When you hear that phrase, what does that mean?
That he understands where he's supposed to be and when he's supposed to be there. He understands what he's supposed to do as an offensive player and a defensive player.
Strikes out here. First strikeout for Drew Hill. And the first out. First inning. And we've heard that about a lot of kids this week. They're really baseball smart. High baseball IQ. Now Benny Osterbond for Hinsdale. Runner goes as Boggs is able to take advantage of that pass ball.
And this team is especially a team that practices on their own. They call practices on their own. We've seen it all week on the backfields. They have taken themselves to the field.
Hit hard, but just foul outside of third for Osterbond, who's 2 for 4 with a team high 3 runs batted in for Illinois this week. He just turned 13 on Thursday. And he won the game on Wednesday against Ohio in relief. Big time part of this team in the field, on the mound, at the plate. Chance to tie this game up with a base knock. The 1-1 pitch. Another one foul. Benny Osterbond is named after his late grandfather. Benny, there's his dad looking on. Benny was a 3-time All-American in football, basketball. He's a great baseball player at Michigan, too. Also a great coach. Hit deep. Wisniewski going back in front of the wall in center, makes the catch. Osterbond hit it a long way, but it stays in the yard for their second out.
Oh, he hit that one really good. That ball had the proper launch angle. Just today with the wind blowing in, tough day to get it out of the ballpark. And even though that ball was hit really well to center field, comes up about 10 feet short, and then Wisniewski with a rifle to third base to make sure Boggs stays right there.
As Andres Welter stands up there. I don't think Boggs had any intentions of going. I think they've done enough scouting on Wisniewski to know. Hot shot to third, under the legs of Arsenault, runners at the corners. Welter tags that one the other way, and it gets under the glove. That's going to be ruled a hit, and it probably should be.
Yeah, that ball was smoked. Arsenault's been really good defensively, but this one just scoots underneath the glove. Ball hit really hard by Welter.
Took his glove right off.
And here Illinois has a chance to tie this thing up. They've only had one hit. Michigan had 4, but Illinois get a chance to tie this thing up.
Breaking pitch stays outside to Charlie Bergen. Who they say is the best power on the team. Hasn't had a hit yet this regional, but he's a very good hitter. That one skips to home plate, gets away from the catcher. Jones, play at the plate, got it! And Michigan holds Illinois off the board here in the first inning.
Short backstop here at Grand Park, and it's always a risk when you choose to go from third base on a ball that doesn't shoot off to the right or left. Nice play by Ryan Jones. The hustle to get back and finish the play.
Howdy. Hey. Here we go. Awesome, thank you.
Thank you.
That's not your car.
Car's ready.
Wrong car.
Is not your car? I would love to take it, but no. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. You guys want to check it out?
Someone else's car.
This is beautiful. What is this?
It's the all-new Chevy Equinox.
This feels like a luxury SUV.
I love this little 360. How do they even do that?
I made a bad decision on my last car purchase.
Well, your car's here.
Bummer. Bummer.
Wah, wah. I'm ready for an upgrade.
The first thing that struck me was how it looks. It starts up very quickly. It's instant, in fact. Powerful. It takes you by surprise because it breaks from the norm. My name is Brody Neal. I'm a furniture designer.
Hi, my name is Cody Bellinger.
Bellinger takes that one to left field. That is back at the wall. Goodbye, another home run.
Left-hander driving at the opposite field.
Mighty big day, young man.
Hi, my name is Michael Conforto.
Here left field, way back. Conforto's got himself a dinger. Goodbye, home run.
That experience amplified my love for the game.
And we're going to see Major League players in Williamsport this year, Sunday, August 20th, 7 o'clock Eastern, with the Little League Classic. What a treat that is going to be. Who are the future Major League stars that we're seeing in Little League this year? Only time will tell us. There are some players that, no doubt in my mind, have the potential.
Well, that Marcus Phillips from last game from South Dakota certainly is an athlete that sticks out.
Sheck, who pinch hits for Michigan, grounds to first, and he's out number 1 here in the second. Tommy Sheck is a quick out. Anthony Rizzo is a little leaguer. And I wonder if people were saying, you know, this guy's got the potential. And how about that? He was wearing a Cubs hat even way back then.
There you go.
Parkland, Florida. Did you know in your heart that you had what it took to make the major leagues at that early of an age?
Well, I think at that at that time,
well, people
in your life,
telling
it's
you
blind
you had high
faith.
Yeah,
but my dad was a college coach, and he always showed a lot of confidence in my ability. So I always felt like I had a shot growing up.
The number 9 hitter, Will Flom for Michigan, playing right field tonight.
I think that was a big part of my upbringing, is that my dad and my mom always showed a lot of belief in me in a healthy way.
Yeah. Not over encouraging.
No, they never let me get ahead of myself, but they always were there to support my dream.
Swing and a miss, and Flom is down, out number 2. Andres Welter with the strikeout. There's Chris Burke. Back in Louisville, Kentucky. You won a state championship in Little League.
1991 state champs, that's right. St. Matthews Little League.
And there's yours truly.
Happy birthday, pal.
Yep.
Still your birthday?
It's still.
Okay. The whole day?
Thanks for the gift. You got me the same thing you got me last year.
That's right. I'm going to get you that every year.
Here's Drew Hill. Breaking ball to short. Backhanded by Osterbahn. Won't have a play. Well, he keeps it from going into the outfield, but can't gather it up. And there's a 2-out base runner for Michigan. They're going to give Osterbahn the air.
He made the right play. Gets to his backhand, keeps his nose right down on it. Sometimes you just don't make the catch. Ball hit pretty sharply, and he's just not able to finish the play. But he did everything correctly getting there.
Grosse Pointe, Michigan, leading 1-0, looking for more here in this championship game. Could be 2. Osterbahn gets another chance. We played an inning and a half, 1-0 Michigan.
Introducing Wendy's new Giant Junior Bacon Cheeseburger.
It's a Giant Junior?
Yeah, it's a Junior Bacon Cheeseburger with double the fresh, never frozen beef, bacon, and cheese. So it's made a big name for itself. For a limited time, get the Giant JBC meal for just $5.
Monday Night Football is back. Saints Vikings at 6:55. Chargers Broncos at 10:15. September 11th on ESPN.
Sioux Falls, Fairfield, and Walla Walla punching tickets today. We have New Jersey taking on Maryland, Southern California against Utah later today here on ESPN. As the field in the U.S. is just about complete. So we go to the bottom of the second, 1-0 Michigan on top in this game that will decide the Great Lakes.
Both pitchers look like they've settled down. Of course, Hill was able to get out of that first inning jam, and Welter looked really good there in the second.
Charlie Bergen takes one off the back, and the home plate umpire Phil King is going to check him out, make sure he's okay. Drew Hill with the first pitch to Bergen, hitting him. Trainer's going to come out and make sure too.
One thing I've noticed with Hill is that fastball cuts a little bit, which is something that's really going to work in his favor as he gets older, but it's sometimes can be tough to control. He'll get on the side of it a little bit, and it'll kind of bore in on the right-handed hitters, a la kind of an Andy Pettit four-seam cut fastball, but every once in a while I want to get away from you and end up hitting a right-handed hitter.
Third baseman Reese Kolke standing up there for Hinsdale, Illinois. Kolke, 13 years old. One of the older players on this team. 2 for 5 with a run batted in the regional. That's a strike.
And that'll do Mr. Hill a favor. He just hits somebody and then throws ball 1. Another pitch in the dirt. Kolke offers at it. Failed bunt attempt.
Coaches were telling us about a great story for Kolke that he's had some big hits this postseason. The biggest, though, is the home run that he hit in his last at-bat on his home field in districts. He'll never play on that field again.
His first home run.
Yeah. First one of his career. No way to go away from your long-time home field. And then he had a big 2-run homer in the state title game, too. Big part of this run in the postseason for Illinois. 2-2 pitch to Reese Kolke, and time is called. Well, that nearly hit him too.
There's that glove side fastball. Again, if he can command that on the inside part of the plate and back it up with a breaking ball, that's a heck of a combo. Just got to find the zone with it.
Struck him out for out number 1.
That's a real curveball right there, folks. That is a real swing and miss left-handed breaking ball. That's not getting people out because it's an off-speed pitch. That's getting people out because of the depth of it. And that looks like one of those fastballs in, and then the bottom just drops right out of it. It's a good-looking young left-hander right here in Drew Hill.
Max Merlot lights into the first pitch he sees, drives it into the gap. Bergen around second, heading for third. He'll hold there, and sliding into second is Merlot with a double. Boy, that was stung. Second hit for Illinois. 2 on, 1 out here in the second.
And I like the approach from Merlot. I don't want to wait around and get one of those breaking balls. First pitch swinging, a heater right down Broadway, and that ball is smoked in the right center field gap. Unfortunately for Illinois, Wisniewski is so fast, gets over there and quickly gets it back in, but Illinois a chance to possibly take the lead right here with one big swing of the bat.
Now time called. Here comes Jason Hill.
Did you leave it up? Okay, this is a good piece of hitting. You 3, okay, just take an out. We'll trade here for an out, all right? You're going to be close to even up, so if he hits it hard at you, take a look at him, give him a hard check, okay? Then you're charging, okay? Only you. You stay home. Got it? All right, let's go get him.
Hey, wait, come here.
Talking to his son, Drew. Jason Hill, a high school teacher. He's not coaching Little League. He's 40 years old, and he has done a great job with this group this year.
Outstanding club they have here. From Michigan, can really hit. We've seen some outstanding pitching the last few days as well.
Didn't mean to. Out in front of home plate. Throw. Got him at first. The play at the plate not in time. Bergen under the tag, and Illinois is on the board. They were able to get Williams at first.
That was
a second out.
That was just a heck of a play all the way around. You got to credit Jones for jumping out there and being able to record an out. And then Bergen does a very nice job of waiting his time. And A-Rod, how about stretching to make the play and throwing a strike home to Hill? And this is just an excellent baseball play all the way around. Look at Bergen being patient, making sure the ball was thrown to first base. But A-Rod did a heck of a job just to make that play close.
Yeah, that was close at home, and it probably shouldn't have been. Jacoby Lang at the plate for Illinois, as they have tied it up at 1 here in the bottom of the second. Winner on to Williamsport, and there are 2 strikes on the number 9 hitter. Jacoby Lang, a clutch hit against Kentucky in game 1 of his regional. He's 1 for 3 with a run batted in. That rides inside, a ball and 2 strikes. The lefty comes home, breaking ball, got him. That was a beautiful strikeout for Drew Hill to get Michigan off the field, but Illinois has tied it up at 1.
It's a nasty breaking ball. There's not a whole lot of lefties that can spin it like this at that age. A beautiful pitch for Drew Hill. 1-1.
Play the #1 fantasy football game. Sign up now at ESPN.com/GoodFantasy.
Next up, Dallas. Live for Giants Cowboys.
This crowd is so fired up.
First Take, live from Dallas, September 8th at 10 Eastern on ESPN.
It makes it more fun. You get to interact with your friends more, and it's not as intense as some of these other sports. The biggest thing for me is just don't force it on the kids. Let it come to them, and that's how I got into it. I've loved it ever since, and I'm living the absolute best life I could ever think of, and baseball's the only reason why I am.
Chris Bryant in Las Vegas, Nevada as a Little Leaguer. Now, remember the Chicago Cubs. I'm sure that some of the folks in Hinsdale, count him among their favorite players.
Absolutely.
Some of these little leaguers too, big Cubs fans. We go to the top of the third inning in a tie game in the Great Lakes Regional Title Contest. Winner on to Williamsport in the Little League World Series. They won't even go home first. Maybe these kids from Hinsdale. Ground ball to the shortstop. How about that play? Osterbond with a rifle across the diamond for out number 1.
Clay, I told you I liked him in infield, outfield. This is a good-looking young shortstop, ranging to his left. A cannon on the run to get Randazzo. And how about the fancy footwork by Joe Boggs, doing a nice job of not stretching too early. Well, this Illinois team can play some D.
Now Wisniewski up there.
How about Wisniewski hitting with the sunglasses on? Reminds you like a Todd Helton look from back in the day.
He just acts like a pro already. Ground ball to the first baseman. Joe Boggs steps on the bag, and Wisniewski, who's always a tough out, is out number 2 here in the third. Hinsdale has picked up some emotional spirit here that we saw them maybe struggling with early on in this ballgame. They've turned it around.
Yeah, well, I think once Welter kind of found his rhythm and got on the same page with the pitch calling.
Jack Jones. What a quick inning as Davis makes the catch in right. A 4-pitch inning.
First Take, live from Dallas, September 8th at 10 Eastern on ESPN.
Back at the Great Lakes Regional Championship presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. Alongside former Little Leaguer and then Big Leaguer Chris Burke. I'm Clay Matvick. And we want you to catch all the excitement of the Little League World Series, including scores, stats, highlights, and more. Visit llbws.org or follow along on social media with hashtag LLWS. Joe Boggs will start the inning here for Hinsdale, Illinois. He walked his first time up. Hinsdale, a Chicago suburb. The league almost 60 years old, and it's the first time that they've won the state championship. This league won the Illinois state title at the 10, 11, and 12-year-old levels. That's the first time in Illinois history, so Hinsdale's got it really going now in Little League.
And they saw it coming with this club. They knew this team was talented since they were 8 years old. Obviously, they have the hardware to prove it.
Located about 2.5 hours from here. Bet a lot of the fans went home over the last couple of days when the team was idle. There's a good crowd from Hinsdale here, too. They've really gotten behind this team.
Bunch of people watching back home as well.
The 3-1 pitch to Joe Boggs. Lefty on lefty. 3-2. Walked him. And Drew Hill kept pounding his glove there. Disappointed he let Boggs get away.
Twice. Almost as if Hill feels more comfortable throwing to the right-handers than he does the lefties. Just a fastball up and out.
That was the right call. He's out of the strike zone. Ryan Jones, you could see he was trying to frame that back up, bringing it back into the strike zone. He's done that quite well this week. He's a good catcher. Evan Phillips up there. He struck out his first time up, 0 for 1. You see that pitch count down in the bottom right-hand corner. It's at 41 now for Drew Hill. The max is 85. Where do you think Drew is at, Chris? You like You like where he's at?
No, I'm sure they would like him to be much more efficient than he's been, but the fact is he's at 1-to-1, which is the number that matters the most at this point.
This is a fly ball down the right field line. Long run for Flom, and it's going to go into the bullpen.
I just don't think where Hill is in his development against a team as polished as Hinsdale, that he's going to be able to throw 6 innings on 85 pitches. They're too good. They're not going to chase as much as probably most teams their age will. And Hill's prone to bouts of wildness. So the thought of him getting a CG is probably a little naive, but I do think he could get him into the 5th for sure. The stuff is certainly good enough. I think he's got a nice future on the mound.
There's Dad. Hill comes home on the 3-1. Walk back-to-back hitters here to start the bottom of the 3rd. And a very, very dangerous Benny Osterbahn coming up. And that before Dad wants a chat.
What? Okay. Well, I'm going to get Will. All right. So you go to center. Look, hey, body language. Thank you. Hey, stay here. All right. You did a good job. You did exactly what we needed you to do. Okay. So Wiz is going over to right. You're going to center. Okay. Here we go, Will.
He reminded him about body language, Chris, and I know you're big on that.
Absolutely, and the kid is not feeling comfortable in some regard, but his dad just encouraged him to have good body language on the way off the mound.
Will Flom comes from right to the mound in a tie ball game here in Westfield.
Look what you just made me do.
First Take is on the move. Next stop, Dallas, live for Giants Cowboys.
This crowd is so fired up.
Maybe I am a Dallas Cowboy fan because they make me laugh.
First Take, live from Dallas, September 8th at 10 Eastern on ESPN.
A big break for Illinois as they're able to get Michigan starter Drew Hill out of the game here in the 3rd after back-to-back walks. Will Flom in now for Michigan.
And Flom can throw it into the upper 60s. We saw him touch 70 miles an hour yesterday. A hard-throwing right-hander. I'm not exactly sure what the issue was with Drew Hill, but his dad, Jason, decided to make a move, and the hard-throwing right-hander comes in from right field.
Osterbahn, a dangerous hitter, and he cranks one to left. The left fielder Jones is able to make the catch. That's Jack Jones with the sunglasses on to make the catch out there, one of the Jones twins. That's a big first out. Flom coming in from right field to the mound. And Rondres Welter will come up. So Drew Hill runs into trouble in the 3rd inning after giving up back-to-back walks. Here's his line from today. 2+ innings, struck out 3, walked 4. That's where he got into his trouble.
Yeah, but he showed us a good breaking ball. I think he's got a really nice future on the mound once he starts to command that fastball a little bit better.
Rondres Welter slices it foul. Welter, the son of the manager, Anthony Welter. South American sounding name. That's because Mother Karina said, yeah, I love that name. She's from Venezuela.
I like how she's rocking that lid right there. Keeping the sun off. I think that's a shade.
That gets away from Ryan Jones. Base runners move up 60 feet. Boggs to 3rd, Phillips to 2nd. Illinois making noise here in the 3rd inning on that pass ball by Ryan Jones that allows the guys to move up on the base paths. 1-1 to Welter. Chopped in the ground, down the line at first. Stepping on the bag is Aralt, but the go-ahead run scores for Illinois. First lead for Hinsdale. It's 2-1.
Ball gets to the backstop. Runners are allowed a free 60-foot to the next base, and a dribbler to first gets on the lead. Credit Welter there for just moving the baseball, but Free pass issued by Michigan allows Illinois to take the lead.
Bergen was hit by a pitch, scored a run. Puts this one in play to the second baseman, Green. And Michigan gets off the field, but Illinois goes in front after 3.
Finding out your best players on bye after kickoff? That's bad fantasy. Getting alerts you need before kickoff? Good fantasy. Sign up now at ESPN.com/goodfantasy.
Can't wait for this year's Little League World Series to start next Thursday. Runs through the 27th. We'll have you covered. The championship on ABC. These are the tickets punched to Williamsport from the U.S. regions. Great Lakes ready to crown a champ here tonight. New Jersey and Maryland coming up next. Southern California and Utah later tonight out in the West. This is a beautiful complex, Grand Park here in Westfield, Indiana. Chris Burke, and we have just marveled at this facility all week. This is a temporary home, though, for the Central region.
But it's been a fun year, no doubt about it. Just a beautiful place to host a tournament, no question about it.
Chase Reinhardt to pinch hit here for Michigan to lead off the top of the 4th. There are 3 sites being considered for the permanent home, 2 here in Indiana, 1 in Illinois, so see what happens. They're going to make the announcement in November. Chase Reinhardt takes a strike from Andres Welter as Illinois has the lead now, 2-1. Reinhardt in for a hit. Chase Reinhardt has been really good off the bench for Michigan this week. Another pinch hit for him.
And that's why he's the first one off the bench for Jason Hill. Fastball middle. Reinhardt kind of steps left but does a nice job of staying down and over that ball and dumps it in front of Max Merlot in left field.
That's what the coaches say. He just takes really good at bats. Led off the bottom of the 5th with a walk to start that rally Tuesday. In the win over Indiana, he gets some congratulations as he comes back to the dugout. So Reinhardt gets the hit, and now a special pinch runner. Check that, it'll be Aralt returning. In his spot in the lineup, he'll just be the runner over there at first. And now a pinch hitter here in Campbell. Campbell bunts, sends it back foul. Braden Campbell. Reinhardt was pinch hitting in Aralt's spot. So Aralt comes back out onto the field to run.
That's a nasty pitch to try to bunt right there. Big 12-6 breaking ball. So often teams practice against, when they bunt, they practice against fastballs. Very few players have experience against that breaking ball.
It stays high, 1-2.
Looks like they're going to keep the bunt on here with 2 strikes.
Gets it down, and it's a good one. Welter's going to go to second in time. They won't get the double play, but how about Andres Welter getting the force at second? And that was a well-laid bunt.
Are you kidding me? I mean, the athleticism to get to that ball in time, and then the arm strength with no crow hop, no shuffle. Watch this. Quick as a cat, no crow hop, no shuffle, and a rocket to second base to get the lead runner. What a play by Andres Welter.
Ryan Jones will hit for himself here in the 4th inning. And again, we talked about it before. There's a catcher calling these pitches for Hinsdale, Lucas Smith, who's out with a broken leg. He flashes him in. Ground ball. That's a fair ball. And Campbell is going to stay at second base. Decides to hold up first and second here for Michigan with 1 out.
That is a big opportunity missed right there. Campbell just, I don't think he saw, I thought he was going to go no matter what, but he certainly didn't see this ball get past Merlot as we see this one bounce over the base. Nice call right there by home plate umpire Phil King. Remember, when the ball bounces in front of the bag, it's the home plate umpire's call. But Braden Campbell did not see that ball get past Max Merlot, cost him a base.
Now Tommy Harris will pinch hit. Well, this week's Sunday Night Baseball presented by Taco Bell comes to you live from Yankee Stadium as the Bronx Bombers wrap up an important 3-game series against the AL East leading Red Sox. Coverage begins here on ESPN at 7 Eastern with baseball tonight. Sunday Night Countdown presented by Chevrolet, and then the game after. Michigan has it going here with 1 out. Another bunt laid down by Harris. Got him at third. Wow, Illinois again gets a big force out.
I'm just
2 away.
I'm blown away, Clay. This team, this is where you're seeing all the extra work that they put in on the field show up. This looked like a perfect bunt in no man's land. Instead, Boggs comes up and throws a dart to third base to Kolke to retire the lead runner again. Ooh, that one might be reviewed, though. That one was awfully close. Still, the presence of mind, the ability to charge and throw a strike, this Illinois team can really defend. I don't know. I think that might stick. Looking at that angle right there. Watch this right here. Is the foot on the base when that ball's in the glove? What do you got?
Managers can challenge here.
Stick.
And that's one of the plays that are able to be challenged by a manager. Call on the field was an out. All plays at bases to get a runner or runner batter out can be appealed, and this is what we're seeing here. Michigan has challenged.
It's got to be indisputable video evidence, and I don't think we have that based on that look we just got right there, which was a terrific look by our crew. See, does the lead foot actually impact the bag before? I don't think so. I think that ball's in the glove. Right there.
Phil King, the home plate umpire. Here's his call. That's an out. And you're right. Illinois' ability in the field to make the fundamental and the simple plays look easy is very impressive.
Oh, and we've seen plays that aren't simple. I mean, the play Welter makes to come in and charge the ball right in front of home plate and barehanded throw. I mean, it just, again, it speaks to the time that they've put in above and beyond what the coaches have called them to do. And you're seeing the fruit of that with the defense they're playing here in a championship setting. So fun to watch.
Drew Hill, the top of the order, the comebacker. Welter. And Illinois is off the field. Great defense by this club. They lead it 2-1.
Cannot lose with Terragorn the Brave on our side!
Apologies, my liege, but Terragorn the Brave has been captured.
And by captured, you mean?
He's at the podiatrist.
Going into battle without the best team? That's bad fantasy. Using the #1 fantasy app to draft your team from anywhere? That's good fantasy. Play the #1 fantasy football game. Sign up now at ESPN.com/goodfantasy.
You got the food to the grocery,
Which is now in our fridge. Without you, we wouldn't have...
The medicine for my wife. Thank you.
Well, this Sunday, East 60 features Cam Chancellor, who persevered through a difficult upbringing to become the enforcer behind the Seahawks' Legion of Boom defense. Start your Sunday with a story at 9 a.m. Eastern on ESPN. And you see our line score, 2-1 Illinois, as they get ready to hit here in the bottom of the fourth for the right to go to Williamsport. Hinsdale Little League has never been to Williamsport. This is a special season for this Little League that's almost 60 years old.
You've never been to the regional.
Right. So they're looking for more as they lead it by a run. Reese Kolke leading it off. He struck out his first time around in the second. This is Jeff Kolke's son, one of the assistant coaches. He's in the first base coach's box. A little flare to the second baseman. And Matthew Green grabs it for out number 1. And just a beautiful night, beautiful Saturday night here in suburban Indianapolis. This is the biggest crowd by far of the games we have called here this week. This is a well-attended ball game. It's been a well-attended tournament.
It has. But this one, as you said, by far the biggest crowd, and I think they're going to be in for a heck of a finish. We got ourselves two really, really good teams, both well-deserving of making it to Williamsport. I think we're going to have an exciting finish here down the stretch.
Max Merlot at the dish. Jumps on it but fouls it off. Ball and a strike to Merlot. Yep, pronounced just like the wine. He had a double in the second inning. Curveball in there for strike 2.
Will Flom has been sharp since coming in from right field. Big breaking ball right there.
Foul tip. Now we've got some confusion. Merlot out or not? He is out. The first base umpire, Hans Lodge, confirms it. And now we still have confusion on the field. What's your take, Chris?
Well, Michigan is saying, along with Ryan Jones, that Phil King called him out on the swing. Let's see here if Phil King he calls foul tip and makes, I think he made the sign for out. So Ryan Jones didn't throw it, but certainly Merlot beat the throw. So if the ball was live, Merlot's safe. But Ryan Jones is saying that Phil King made the out call when he caught the foul tip. So now the question is, if it hit the dirt, he caught the ball. The glove hit the dirt. He caught the ball. So that should be an out. And they're going to review that to make sure that it was. But watch this. The ball goes into the glove. I got that ball in the web of the glove. And then the glove hits the dirt. I don't think the ball hit the dirt. I think the ball's in the glove there. And I think that'll go as a strikeout. You seeing what I'm saying?
Yeah. And the coaches are allowed to challenge twice. They can be wrong twice, I should say. They can have as many challenges as they want. They have to specify exactly what they want challenged, and they can be wrong up to 2 times, and then they're out of challenges.
I think this is
being looked at.
And I think Phil King just looked at this on his own. I don't even know if there was a challenge here by either staff.
This is an umpire review. It's been confirmed. Correct. Yeah, and he is out. So Merlot is out number 2 as we take a look at the video replay rule, which applies to Little League Baseball and regional and World Series televised games only. And now Eck is going to pinch hit for Hinsdale. That was the first strikeout for Flom. Emerson Eck has played really good defense this week. Up at the plate, he gets first at bat and fouls it back. 1-2. He scored the winning run in the victory over Ohio as a pinch runner. Illinois trying to win this one to move on to Williamsport, leading 2-1. Flom, another breaking ball, but he misses low. 2-2. Set out swing, fouled off.
Just doing a nice job of pounding the zone. You've seen it with the fastball, and we know he's pumping the heater up in the upper 60s, and then a nice bender as well. A steady mix of both pitches. Hinsdale doesn't look real comfortable.
Coaches say it's been a real treat to be able to count on him as a relief pitcher this week and throughout the postseason. He's done a great job. Now, Eck didn't chase the breaking ball out of the zone, and that's hard to read when it starts right down the middle of the plate and tails late.
A really good take. I'm surprised with 2 outs and nobody on. They went to a 3-2 breaking ball, but a great take right there for Eck. Hinsdale looking to add to their lead.
First at bat for Grant Davis. Now everybody has played, everybody has hit for Hinsdale. And they only have 11 players on their roster because of the injury to Lucas Smith, who I'd argue is their top player, certainly one of their top players. Very good catcher. Out for the rest of the summer. Strike, 1-1.
Both of Hinsdale's runs have come on free passes. A hit by pitch to Charlie Bergen and a walk to Joe Boggs. So now a 2-out walk. They're hoping that trend continues and they can stretch this lead one more.
Yeah, Illinois has done a great job manufacturing offense. Grant Davis, one of the 13-year-olds on this team, battling with Will Flom. 2-2 the count. Caught the outside corner. And it stays a one-run game. We are through 4 here in Westfield.
Will Flom has been outstanding. A painted heater on the outside corner. 2-1 Illinois.
When you see beautiful design, do beautiful work, you see what Delta can do.
It's the Great Lakes Regional Championship game here in Westfield, Indiana, presented by Dick's Sporting Goods. It's getting late here. In Little League, they play 6 innings, so as we move to the 5th, our Honda game summary shows us that Illinois leads it 2-1.
And they are rock solid on D, so if Michigan's going to come back and win this game, they're going to have to slug their way. As we take a look at some of the nice defense from this team, Osterbahn up the middle, showing you some range and arm strength, and then Welter, how about this range and arm strength off the mound to gun down the lead runner. And then we saw Boggs from first base, the beauty of having a left-handed first baseman. How about that? Looking like a middle infielder to get another lead runner. Beautiful display of team defense being put on right here by the boys from Hinsdale, Illinois.
See if Matthew Green can get it started for Michigan. Down a run as they bat here in the 5th. Matthew Green hitless in this game. He's got 3 hits in the regional. And this is a team Chris, that we've seen all week has been able to generate offense, and when they get going, they really get on a roll. They scored 1 run right away here in the first, but Welter has done a really good job to shut them down since. With that said, here's a line drive into left. Could be extra bases for Green. Chugging for second. The throw will be cut off. Double for Matthew Green.
And I was just about to say, I'll be interested to see how it goes third time through, especially this difficult part of the batting order as Matthew Green stays on a baseball and rips it into left field. How about the pop-up slide by Max Merlot, making this play closer than I thought it would be. But Matthew Green represents the tying run now at second base.
Timeout. Anthony Welter comes out.
This again? Oh boy.
You know what I'm going to tell you, right?
Yep. I'll go down there. With it. Bryce, just work with it. Somebody with cleats, just take it out. Take it out. Let's go.
We saw Andres have a little bit of an issue with this earlier on in the game. He seemed to have adjusted, but now the approach on that mound is rearing its ugly head on Andres again.
Yeah, and he's got rubber cleats on, so it's hard for those cleats to dig into that hard surface, and that's what's presenting the problem right now.
Randazzo at the plate, puts it in play to the third baseman, Kolke. They got the runner hung up between second and third. They're not going to have a play. As Green dives back into the bag. Hinsdale had Green in the rundown, but they come up empty. 2 on, nobody out for Michigan.
Well, they chose to try to get the lead runner, and he certainly had a chance to do it. But when you're going to run a rundown right here, somebody's got to fill in behind. And you'll notice third baseman Kolke did not get behind. When you make that throw, you got to follow your throw and get behind. There was nobody left.
Ground ball through for a base hit for Wisniewski. Green coming home. He will score. We're tied at 2. Throw gets away. It's 3-2.
Well, just when we're singing the praises of Illinois' defense, the defense lets them down. They don't execute a rundown. And then a relay throw scoots away, and this athletic Michigan club takes advantage of it to put 2 runs on the board. A great read there by Green. He scores easily, and here comes Randazzo, who reads the throw up the line. Welter tries to get back, unable to do so, and Wisniewski all the way to third. Michigan now leading 3-2, Clay.
Come on in. 2. Yep, I'll get you.
Anthony Welter has to make a change. And Benny Osterbahn is going to come to the mound from shortstop. Wisniewski, an RBI single, plates 2 runs. Michigan leads it 3-2. Back in Westfield in a moment.
Yo! We making our own way!
Many teams have started to change their names.
Check these out. Too busy making my own wave. I ain't riding no waves. Too busy making my own wave, baby. Surfing on my own wave, baby. Surfing on my own wave. Too busy making my own wave. I ain't riding no wave.
Check couple hits the first time through. Second time through, they did a really nice job. But just like that, here comes Michigan as they've exploded for 3 runs. Still nobody out here in the 5th.
Arold is 0 for 1. That was the second hit of the game for Jones. He has 9 hits in the regional now.
And I think there's a tendency after Randazzo and Wisniewski to kind of take a deep breath, and here comes Jones. Those first 5 hitters for Michigan are really tough to navigate.
Very deep. This guy's no slouch either. Adam Ayrault. He has some cousins who have played in the big leagues. Bob Ayrault, Joe Ayrault. Ball called, strike in the outside corner. Ayrault didn't like it. He's a strikeout victim for the second time. Finally, Illinois is able to record that first out.
A big out right there on a backdoor breaking ball. Osterbond trying to keep it right where it's at just a 2-run ball game. Tough to stop this Michigan club once they get started.
Strike in. Jordan Arsenault. Yeah, Hinsdale, the home team, and 2 at-bats. Yeah, so they've got to keep their daubers up. That one's fouled back over the screen. 0-2.
You look, Michigan's had a few strikeouts, but their batting average on balls put in play is incredible in this ball game. In the first inning, they got 4 hits and only scored 1 run, but they've got a whole bunch of hits in this game.
This is tagged to left, has a chance, gone, home run. Jordan Arsenault with a 2-run shot. And look at Michigan come off the bench.
Wow, what an offense. It just doesn't quit with this club. Jordan Arsenault gets a hanging breaking ball and melts it over the left field wall. That ball got out of here in a hurry into the fans. And this is a quick strike offense from Michigan. They can put a touchdown up on you in a hurry.
Looping liner, that is dropped. Evan Phillips trying to come up with it, can't, and the inning rolls on here for Michigan. Still just 1 out as Ryan Jones gets aboard. It's going to be ruled an error. Look at this emotion. This is one of the things about the Little League World Series that we absolutely love, is the emotion. Just sheer joy on that Michigan team right now. The 5th inning has really been magic for Grosse Pointe the last few games. Against Ohio, 7 runs on 7 hits in the 5th. Harris to pinch run at first. Here's a ground ball. They'll go to second for 1. The turn. Yeah, how about that double play? Hinsdale get the double play to get out of the inning, but it's a big inning in the top of the 5th for Michigan, 6-2. And there may be a coach's challenge here. Yep. Jason Hill wants him to look at it.
Yeah, I think they got a legitimate gripe here. It certainly was close enough to take another look. And nice 4-6-3 from Phillips to Welter. Welter throws a fastball across the diamond. I think Flom just beats it. Good use of the review right there. I anticipate that one being overturned.
It's got to be indisputable video evidence.
I think we have it there.
Again, home plate umpire Phil King. Safe. The inning rolls on for Grosse Pointe. As Flom is aboard with the fielder's choice. And now that's a big call, too, because now it's back to the top of the order for Michigan. And we've seen how dangerous this lineup can be, and their best hitters are coming back up.
You got to deal with Hill and Green and Randazzo. It's danger zone right now for Illinois.
Hill, the 9th man to bat for Michigan. Pitch from Osterbahn is outside. Osterbahn came on in relief of Andres Welter, who moved over to shortstop. Hill 1 for 3. Puts a charge into that one, but that's going to get out of play. Drew Hill wants a job in a major league front office someday. He doesn't want to play. He wants to pull the strings.
I don't know.
I like that.
If he sharpens that left-handed breaking ball, you never know.
Kolke at third gets the out. And finally, Hinsdale can come to the dugout and try and get some runs back. But what an inning for Michigan. They now lead at 6-2 after 4.5.
Jordan Arsenault hanging breaking ball and a launch piece to left. It's all Michigan right now, folks.
This is the Dyson V8 cord-free vacuum, and this is its Dyson digital motor, generating powerful suction to deep clean carpets, hard floors, clean up high, and convert to a handheld, to dig deep on stairs, furniture, mattresses, and cars, all with up to 40 minutes runtime.
Try Dyson V8 at home with a 90-day money-back guarantee.
The Little League World Series on ESPN is presented by Dick's Sporting Goods, supporting youth sports in our community since 1948.
It's been a lot of fun this week here at Grand Park in Westfield, Illinois, watching the Indiana, as we see Michigan and Illinois meet for the Great Lakes Regional Championship and the right to go to Williamsport. He's Chris Burke. I'm Clay Matvick. We are glad you're here tonight watching this game. It's been a lot of fun watching these kids compete. Joe Boggs leading it off for Illinois. He doesn't have an at-bat yet. He's been to the plate twice, but he's walked both times. Boggs 833 this week. 5 for 6 with a couple of runs batted in. Only once a team has been able to get that guy out. How about that? Now, Little League University provides free educational information online for coaches, umps, league volunteers, and parents. Watch videos, review practice plans, get great ideas there. LittleLeagueUniversity.org. Well, Illinois doing what they need to do.
Yeah.
Need a base runner out right away here.
That is exactly what you hope for if you're rooting for Illinois. Lead-off walk, and you got signs of life.
Evan Phillips. He's been on with a walk, too, and he's ahead in the count. 2 balls, no strikes against Will Flom, the relief pitcher for Grosse Pointe, Michigan.
And he's not missing by much, but the zone seems to be maybe just a touch tighter. And you can hear the Illinois crowd coming to life. And here you go.
Balls in a row. Back-to-back walks. That's the second time that Boggs and Phillips have walked back-to-back. They pulled that in the 3rd inning, too.
Yeah, and I think if you're Illinois right now, you got to take till you get a strike.
What? Jordan, what's wrong? Yeah, they're not going to bunt down 4, all right? Probably most likely. Now, they may hear, but listen, it's not your job. You're charging if they do, okay? Listen, you're rushing, cowboy. All right, slow down. Hey, this is your game. Nobody else is in the pen. I ain't warming anybody else up. You understand me? Attack these guys. Do what you did the first 2 innings you came in, and you're going to be fine. You understand me? All right, let's go. Throw strikes, put it play.
Very impressed with so many of the coaches in this tournament. They have done an excellent job with the meetings at the mound. Jason Hill, a clinic, and how to calm his team down and show belief in his pitcher.
Yeah, he's got complete confidence in Flom. As Osterbond is up there now. Takes a strike. Here's the first strike of the inning from Flom. And, you know, that's what a pitcher's probably thinking. Okay, I'm sure the coach is going to get ready for someone else to come in. Gave him complete confidence. And there's strike 2.
And that's how you know it was a good visit. Strike 1, strike 2 after 8 straight balls.
Struck him out. That's the visit of the year for Coach Hill.
And the Michigan kids, you can tell they're starting to feel it now, right? Just 5 outs away, and you start the 5th with a couple walks, and things get pretty nerve-wracking.
Ball 1 to Welter. That was strikeout number 3 for Flom since coming on in relief. Welter lashes it foul. This is the cleanup hitter in this Hinsdale, Illinois order. He's been very good at the plate throughout this postseason run. Has a hit and an RBI in this ballgame. Welter's fooled there. Count even at 2-2.
That's a taste of his own medicine right there. Andres Welter has a very good curveball, but Will Flom just broke one off on him right there to get this count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes.
And now a full count.
Surprised he didn't back it up.
Charlie Bergen to hit next. The 3-2. The at-bat continues. Bat here for Andres Welter.
Yeah, nice adjustment right there. That's the same breaking ball he missed by a foot a couple pitches ago. Does a good job of just getting a piece of that.
Joe Boggs at second, Evan Phillips at first. 1 out here in the 5th. The 3-2 again.
Hanging in there. Just waiting him out, waiting for something he can either barrel up or walk to first base on. Really good at bat right here by Andres Welter.
9th pitch of the at bat coming.
Mom looks just a wee bit nervous.
They always do. They're more nervous than the players. But Flom wins the battle. A 10-pitch at bat, and it's out number 2.
How about that competition right there between 2 kids putting their heart and soul in a one-on-one battle, and Flom comes out on top. 10-pitch AB goes the way of Michigan.
Charlie Bergen at the plate for Illinois. Squibber. It's going to be a tough play. Green, the flip, got him in time. Adam Aarolt's able to pick it up for out number 3.
Not exactly how Matthew Green drew it up. He had the right idea, didn't quite glove it though, but was able to push it towards Adam Aaralt. They don't draw pictures in the scorebook, Clay.
T-Mobile announces $0 down for all. Now get the whole family the hottest smartphone brands like Samsung Galaxy for $0 down. Plus, get 4 unlimited lines for $40 a month, taxes and fees included. More reasons why T-Mobile is America's best unlimited network.
John Brickley in the studio. Still to come on ESPN, J.R. Osman and New Jersey's offense, which has put up 35 runs in 3 games, set to take on Maryland in the Mid-Atlantic Regional Championship from Bristol, coming up at the top of the hour, guys.
Back here Westfield, Indiana, about a half an hour north of downtown Indy. Right now, Grosse Pointe, Michigan has the lead 6-2. We move into the 6th inning. And these Little Leaguers are looking for insurance.
And this is where the rally started last inning, right here with a double off the bat of Matthew Green.
Matthew Green puts it in play, but the right fielder, Davis, is
pitches and play defense to get through the middle of this order.
Randazzo with an RBI single his first time up. Got Michigan on the board. Illinois came back, scored runs in the second and third, and had a 2-1 lead for a time, but Michigan with that big 5-run fifth. This one is crunched to center, but it stays in the yard. Randazzo with a blast to left center field, but it stays in the yard, and the wind is coming in a little bit. That may have held it in the yard.
I have no doubt about it. It's 2 days in a row he's hit balls that looked like they were homers off the bat, but pretty steady breeze in from center field, and that one hung up short.
You see the flag popping out there. And now here's a big bat in Joey Wisniewski. This guy has been absolutely fun to watch. In the field, at the plate. You've talked to him. I've talked to him. I'm very impressed with this young man, too.
I like the way he goes about his business.
He looks good in his uniform, doesn't he?
He fills out the uniform, no doubt, but he plays with the pedal to the metal. There's no doubt about it.
1-2. High and deep to left. And again, that wind may have held that one in as Wisniewski takes it deep. But it's a 1-2-3 inning. Last chance for Illinois when we come back.
So do you mean like a photo?
Don't just get to work, arrive. Introducing the new Harley-Davidson Street Rod for less than $5 a day.
To the bottom of the 6th. It's go time here for Illinois, down 4. Do they have a comeback in them? They had a walk-off win against Ohio their last game, where they scored 4 runs in the bottom of the 6th. We'll see if they've got that magic act in them again. Here are the tickets punched in the U.S. New Jersey, Maryland coming up next. We'll take you there as soon as we're done here. Southern Cal and Utah later tonight in the West. It's been a fun tournament again this year. And we're just getting started because the Little League World Series in Williamsport starts on Thursday.
And I think based on what we saw from South Dakota earlier and what we see between these two teams, I think both the representatives of the Midwest and the Great Lakes are going to have a chance to be very competitive in Williamsport.
Sioux Falls, South Dakota won the Midwest earlier today here with a 6-0 win over Missouri. Their first year in having a Little League, quite a story. All right, Hinsdale, Illinois needs to get it going. Reese Kolke at the plate. Short hopping it, Green, the flip to first, there's one.
Little surprise first pitch swinging down 4. Nice play right there by Matthew Green, just showing a lot of confidence the way he attacked that baseball. And now just 2 outs left for the boys from Illinois.
Merlot. Takes inside. from Will Flom, who's done a terrific job in relief of Drew Hill, who struggled in the third inning. Can Flom get to it? No. Barehanded by the shortstop. The throw goes wide. Merlot's going to try for second. He'll get there. Thinks about third, but wisely holds up. Now, Randazzo knew he only had one play, and that was to barehand it. So you got to give him credit for the effort.
Oh, I love the try. He barehanded it clean. It's just such a tough angle to make a throw from. He's almost past the mound by the time he throws it and just pulls it to the backside. Allows Merlot to take an extra base.
So it's a hit for Merlot and then an error on the throw that allows Max to get into scoring position for Max Williams. Back-to-back Maxes in this lineup. Strike from Flom. Max Williams 0 for 1. Another breaking ball that misses outside this time, 1-1. Up and in. Favorite subject in school is math. Good for him. What's yours?
PE?
That's kind of what I thought. Mine's at lunch. Ground ball to the second baseman. What a backhanded pick by Green. That was a tougher play than he made it look.
No doubt about it.
2 outs. And Merlot goes to third.
Twice this inning. He just attacking the baseball. Plays kind of a shallow second base, which I've noticed all week that he kind of plays halfway all the time and really cuts down the amount of hops the ball's able to take. And trusts his hands and picked that one right off the dirt, and now Michigan just 1 out away.
And the fans that have traveled from suburban Detroit are on their feet here in Westfield. It's up and into Jacoby Lang, representing the last chance here for Hinsdale. Grosse Pointe Wood Shores Little League in Grosse Pointe, Michigan. 1 out away. And now 1 strike away. Ground ball. Randazzo comes up with it, won't have a play, and a run scores. Illinois is still alive, and it's 6-3.
Still alive, Clay. Get the next man up. Get the next man up. Back to the top of the order. Randazzo with a heck of an effort, but unable to get to his feet in time. Flom goes to the breaking ball. Randazzo showing excellent range. Again, he plays a shallow shortstop just like Green does at second base. But a heck of an effort.
Boggs, the comebacker. Flom to first, and Michigan has won the ball game. Grosse Pointe is headed to Williamsport.
Congratulations to the boys from Michigan. They're headed to Williamsport. What an effort from Grosse Pointe Little League.
6-3 the final score. Michigan moving on. More Little League World Series coverage coming up from the Mid-Atlantic Regional. We now get you to Carl Ravitch and David Belisle in Bristol.
Trey, thank you. Quite a story there coming out of the losers bracket. And welcome to Williamsport, Grosse Pointe, Michigan. Who will it be from the Mid-Atlantic Regional Championship? Jackson, New Jersey, with a tiny town of Fairmont,